Hey, young girl, we are back with a new episode this week. I want to start by saying thank you to who all have been watching, listening, sharing, commenting on the platform. We can be found on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Search for Hey Young Girl. And again, thank you. So today I want to talk about our lifestyle and diet choices, right? So we're going into the holidays and, we cook these big hearty meals. And, traditionally we cook, certain type of foods that we have, for these big feasts. And, I just want you to be mindful of what your body can handle, right? And what your body specifically reacts to, because everybody is made up differently, right? Everybody's body is not going to respond, to certain things. Like, if you have any food allergies, things like that, you need to let people know ahead or be mindful of what you are ingesting. You may notice a slight rash, or you get upset stomach or a headache. you know you might start noticing certain body parts swelling or redness over a certain area after you eat or consume a certain thing. Diagnosis is that a lot of our community end up being diagnosed with, such as hypertension. A lot of times, that can be corrected with diet and exercise. Stop eating a lot of stuff that has salt in it. A lot of us like the boiled seafood that, um, or highly seasoned things, spicy things. So a lot of that stuff will raise your blood pressure. So you have to do it in moderation, right? You won't have a lot of high salt intake for each meal. Maybe you eat no salt, like for breakfast, a smoothie or something like that. For lunch, you may do a salad. And then for dinner, maybe you can have, a piece of meat, seasoned with a side of vegetables or a cup of starch. Try to be mindful of your portion control as well on your plate. If you're doing mac and cheese or mashed potatoes or rice, you know, make sure your whole plate is not full with it. Make sure you're adding some greens or, a good protein like turkey or chicken to the plate as well, so you can get a well balanced diet. In grade school, they talked about, the food chain and things like that. You should eat this much of this. And it's the same thing now as an adult. You probably just forgot, like, too much dairy, affects your skin. It produces a lot of mucus. So be mindful of ice cream and cheese and, all of the things that have dairy with diabetes. If you're eating stuff that have a lot of sugar in it, you may not think you are, like, adding extra sugar, but some of these drinks that you are drinking have a lot of sugar. Or, if you around the office and they have the donuts laying around, skip eating the donuts, maybe grab a piece of the fruit instead. So, and just be mindful of the calories that you're putting into yourself. You have to be able to burn them off, or then you have excess calories that is just going to turn into fat. So, you know, as we going into the holidays and, just going forward, don't you notice, like, when you eat certain things, you start to get sluggish or slow, or you may wake up, now you have all of this mucus, or you got a cold or something like that. It might be due to the fact that you didn't ate too much of something, and now your body is telling you, I need a chance to recuperate. So put some good stuff in me. So, health is wealth, y'all. So just try to be mindful. You don't have to necessarily be on a diet. Just watch how much of stuff that you're eating, and, make it a balance. Don't always eat junk food or whatnot. And if you do, make it be small portions and try to burn it off afterwards. Burn it off so you can get your body back into a good balance. All right, just be mindful of the things that you're putting into yourself and how your body reacts to it. Okay, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.